everyone. This is Steve Ficacci with the Vintage Racer Group. You are watching practice for the Virtual Racer League. We're at Mid-Ohio. We're driving Audi GT90s this week. In about 30 minutes, 25 minutes now, we're going to be rolling into qualifying. At that point, I'll be joined by Matthew Barber, and hopefully you'll get some high-quality entertainment. So right now you've got practice. You can see the ticker on the top left, 6 minutes. When that hits 6:30, we will begin qualifying. See you in a bit.
Evening, everybody.
Hey, Ian. Hi, Ian.
How are you?
Good evening, gents. Hi, Mac.
Hey, Mac. How are you?
Having trouble now. I can't hear anybody. Hey, everybody.
Hey, John.
Okay, let's try this again.
Mac, we can hear you good.
Yeah, you guys found miles away.
So once again, this is the Vintage Racer Group. I am Steve Kachi. Joined in the booth tonight is Matthew Barber, owner of the Office Service Co. and sponsor of our fine league. How you doing tonight, Matt?
I'm doing great, Steve. Thanks for having me tonight.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. It gets lonely. Hopefully we have a good race. Only 7 races so far. I know it can be a tough combination of this track and this car, so hopefully that didn't scare anyone away.
Yeah, I hope not. I'm pretty dedicated to the broadcast, and I think it's really good fun. So I never want to see you alone. So
yeah, I'm definitely nervous of the day. I'm sure it's gonna come, but maybe some dead air and just race car noises, which I guess isn't the end of the world. If you see in the booth, in the little window there, I left you a stream. That'll
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed.
All right, great. So as usual, we have Stefan Vappa on top, but close by we have Ian Wisman. Actually, Ian Wisman just went to the top of the sheet. Maybe we have a good race looking with a new face up front.
I'm trying to get the stream full screen for me.
Okay. Typically, you click on it, then you hit the pop out. Pop out's helpful.
Yep, that's what we got.
Stefan couldn't let Ian be on top too long. He took it right back. Let's see who else we have out here tonight. Michael Kelly in his camel liveried Audi. So right now he's the slowest in practice. He usually doesn't stay there.
I think Karamatis is out there. I didn't see. Graziano said he wasn't going to make it tonight.
Correct.
Yep. I think I saw Ian Wisman.
Yeah, Ian's in second right now. He's only about 3/10 behind Stefan. Impressive for him.
Yeah, that's great.
Honestly, it's impressive for anyone the way
Michael
Stefan's
Kelly's
been kicking
getting
on everyone's
sideways.
butt.
Michael Kelly got a little bit out of shape.
Yeah, he saved it. It's that's a tough little complex. I think because it's so slow and this car just has so much power. You just have to be real patient, and it's real easy to get offline there.
Have you spent much time on this track with this car? I mean, this track is perfect for like a Formula Ford, but I mean, it seems like this is not the track for a 700 horsepower monster.
So I made the video, the little tutorial video for everyone to get through. But what I've been doing is asking Stefan to provide the video. But I take a few laps just to kind of get familiar with everything and understand a little bit better what I'm trying to explain. But yeah, no, it's fun to drive by yourself. It's a little tight, I think, with multiple cars on the track.
Agreed. I think that's probably why I'm in the booth and not on the track tonight.
I mean, you had a whole week to practice. You should be...
Yeah, come on now. That's the turn that is very scary. You come over that hill, it's that right-hander coming into the final complex, down to the start-finish straight, and it's just a very scary corner.
Yeah, it's off camber, the first part of it, and then you go over the hill and the car gets light. And you feel like you have, another car width to go, and it just skates right and uses it all up before you know it.
Yep, it sure does. And in real life, cars go off that side. And it was funny is they go to the left, and then they catch they catch a little bit of traction, and they always steer off to the right. It's kind of funny. So.
Yeah, even iRacing, I think it's modeled all dirt over there because the cars ate up all the grass.
Yep. Oh no. Oh. Well, there goes his hood.
Yeah, I think he's got a new livery this week. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Oh, there's John Wood's livery, which is always proper.
Let's get in there.
There it is. He's always got that, what is it, the Batmobile livery?
Yeah, it's awesome. It really fits the car.
It does. It actually works better than on the BMW.
I'm just a fan of classic, simple stripes. I think that works just in everything.
I feel like John should re-livery his actual 2002 and make it look like this.
Yeah, I'd be a fan.
So are you ready for Summit next month?
I'm excited.
And you're all ready for the driver school?
Yeah, let's see, I purchased a bunch of safety gear, things I didn't have. It hasn't been that long, but the stuff doesn't last forever, and some of the stuff that I use doesn't quite translate. I have like two-piece suits, I need one-piece suit. My helmet. Actually had to borrow a helmet because my helmet was expired, but we're getting it all.
Right on. You're doing the two-piece like the Le Mans with Steve McQueen suit, right?
Well,
or
I had a two-piece.
You tucked the jacket into your pants.
No, I had a two-piece, and they said it probably wasn't the best thing, so I ordered up a one-piece and got a set of long underwear, all that stuff. The socks and the gloves and the hat. Right on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just so much like unexpected. Don't know what it is, so it's hard to. I mean, excited of course, but it's hard to just anticipate it. Everything's gonna be new.
And what car are you bringing?
We're gonna be driving one of Clark Ostrom's BMWs.
Nice. And so we talked last time. Are you gonna try and come over and maybe take a session in my Formula Ford?
I'd love to. The plan right now is to stay through Friday, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, as long as it's not raining or something like that.
Stay through Friday.
Well, I'm gonna be. So the school starts on Wednesday.
And you're not going to go through Sunday?
I have to look at the schedule. I thought it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I thought it goes to Sunday.
It goes to Sunday.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep. It surely does.
It still seems like a really long time away, but it'll be here before I know it.
It's only 3 weeks. It looks like John's got a little bit of damage on the left front.
Yeah, sure does. I can't imagine where he would have got that. I mean, you don't get too close to walls on the left side that I can think of, unless he just maybe pounded a curb like this one too hard. Oh, he's on the wrong side of it. I don't know where he could have got that.
That turn 1 is really tricky on Mid-Ohio. If you get too much curb, it shoots you outside.
Yeah.
If you don't get enough, you also leak a little bit outside. So,
and it's wild when you get it just right. You go so fast. You'll make up tons of time.
You do indeed. You do indeed.
This is Mac McCormick. He's got our 8th fastest time so far. And we're looking at about 8 minutes before qualifying.
Right on. Oh, here we go. Mac is going into turn 1. Turning it a little bit later than Stefan does, but boy, he really put his wheels on that inside curbing, which was really nice.
Okay, let's jump on board.
Yeah, nice. Earlier in on this turn on the carousel than Stefan does.
Yeah, I feel there are a few ways you can take it. There's been times where, like, you know, you overshoot it or you're not quite where you were, and it's your time delta. It's not that bad, so.
I really think your video was super helpful with like the proper line versus the defensive line on how to defend if somebody just tries to throw it on the inside of you.
Yeah.
So that was really nice to see your video.
Yeah, that was Stefan's idea to put that in, and you know, you just have to be aware because a circuit like this, you know, the back half of the lap, which we're starting now, there's so few opportunities. So if somebody has a little bit of opportunity in the, you know, in one of those first parts of the lap, they're really going to get all over it and go for it.
Indeed, indeed. This is the part of the course where I always get caught out. I come through this turn a little bit too fast, and it never sets me up right for the long straightaway. So that seems like a really, really great entry into that start-finish straight. Oh,
That's Darren.
is that Kelly? Oh, is it Darren? All right. What a great pass.
Yeah, I was thinking Mac missed the apex a little bit. There goes Darren.
Yeah, look at Darren squirt out there. What a great way to use the carousel.
Yeah,
I think that's where. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know when he showed up, but he's already number 3 on the board, only about a second off of Stefan.
It seems like the way through this corner is to hug it a little bit more towards the inside on that left-hander. What are your thoughts?
So when I drove it, I thought it was a little awkward just because you're kind of between first and second gear, and if you hug it real tight in second gear, you're not making full power because you're not doing all the boost.
I see.
So I kind of felt like being a little bit wider maybe was a little bit better, but it's hard to, you know, it's hard to judge in racing. You know, I think early on when there's a lot of cars on the track, you kind of use the other cars and say, okay, this is, you know, what's working better.
Yeah, sure.
You know, at the end of the day, you have to get back to the left for the next part of the corner. So, you know, it's always hard to say exactly what you need to do.
Yeah. With the Formula Fords, you know, we like to hang that corner a little bit tight. So, oh, there's Kurt Uzbek.
I mean, that corner almost feels like the banking's opposite what you need. You know, it feels like it falls away.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right. And I think that corner that Kurt just went through, you know, like you guys had said, it's a little bit of a late apex. You can get on the power a little bit early, and I think that's the way to take it, even though there are times when you want to be defensive. So
when you're there in the real world, is there a definitive line, or do you feel like people are using a couple different ways through there?
I think it's a pretty definitive line, quite frankly. I mean, where you were talking about in your tutorial, if you get outside of that, you know, the dark pavement,
The patch.
Yeah. You actually, there's an off camber where the rest of the asphalt cambers away or slopes away from the corner. So yeah, I think where you indicated in your tutorial, I think that's the line you need to take.
Okay.
So how many cars do we have tonight?
So far we have 12.
Nice. That's a pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
better than the 7 we started with. About 4 minutes left before qualifying starts.
What do you attribute the lack of participation to?
You know, I don't know. I think sometimes, you know, the car, while fun to drive. Oh,
Oh.
no, is he gonna save it? Nope.
Who's bad?
We're not using the chicane this week.
Right. right.
You know, I think it's a fun car to hot lap, but you know, it can be discouraging if you're struggling a little bit, and then you have somebody, you know, like Stefan. He's got a second on the field right now. You know that you feel like you're so far off, and I just wonder if guys are maybe a little bit discouraged just because it is a little tricky to drive.
It is. It's a very tough car to drive. And the real world application isn't quite there.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, in my Formula Ford, the skipping barber feels a lot like my car.
Mm-hmm.
Where, quite frankly, I have 105 horse. This thing's 750 horse.
I mean,
It's a far drive, man.
how many four-wheel drive race cars are there anyway? You know, it's not a.
I know.
And then, you know, whenever you see somebody like knock the nose off a car, the front tires are like, they look like they're 2 feet wide. Like it's just such an oddball.
Yes, it is. And what's interesting is about the GT3, the GTE cars, you can kind of bump and rub metal against each other, but this car, it just doesn't do that well. You get out of sorts really quick.
Well, you know, part of it I think is the shifting, where a GT3 car has a sequential transmission and it's just seamless, you know. So the cars are very smooth. Where if you're racing side by side with somebody and you're coming up to a shift point, it's so abrupt where one car's going to surge ahead and then fall back as you're pushing the clutch, and it's just not. It leaves room for error. Where, like, if I'm trying to push you or just be close, if you shift before I do, I'm going to drill you, because you're essentially going to stop accelerating, and this car accelerates so hard.
You're absolutely right. Yep.
But as we saw, I think last week, the side damage isn't such a big deal. So the side-by-side racing, you can lean on each other a little bit.
You can. That's kind of nice.
The noses and the hoods, though, seem to be a weak spot.
They do indeed. Yeah. So how are our leaders doing?
Well, Stefan's super fast at a 121 already. Darren's about 7/10 off of that. And behind him, we have Ian Wisbin, who's often up here in the booth. He's doing well on the racetrack.
And it seems like Stefan's our season leader, right?
It's funny. Let's see if I can bring up the points. First, doesn't seem to work often. Yeah, the points aren't working for me. But yeah, I'm gonna have to imagine Stefan, the amount of races he's won, is way out there.
Yeah. Much like Formula One, I think the midfield race is actually quite competitive, though.
It is, and it's nice to see a different face get to the front of it here and there. So we do expect Stefan to kind of be out front and go fast, and hopefully Darren will push him a little bit. But yeah, the 3rd to 7th is usually very, very tight.
It's actually pretty surprising to see John Wood not in that number 3, number 4 spot. So,
yeah,
which is normally his comfort zone.
So here we go. We got 15 minutes of qualifying. I believe they get 3 timed laps, but as long as they don't wreck the car or anything, they're welcome to stay out there for the full 15 minutes.
They can get a little extra practice in.
Yeah, depending on how your week was going, that might be very valuable.
Yeah.
Darren, I'm sure, as usual, didn't get much time in, or if any, and he joined practice late, so he'll probably stay out there the whole time.
Which I love. I mean, he just comes out week after week and says, I'm going to issue the Thursday practice. He comes out, he puts the time down, and really, really represents, which is really fun.
Yeah, it's super impressive. We, him, who did Daytona with us? Jim Karamanis and Stefan. We drove the Corvette at Daytona, and we drove a practice and we had I guess I'm going to call it an oddball setup because none of us could drive it except Darren. Darren drove around, no big deal. Like He's like, yeah, it's a little hairy, but he was lap after lap after lap, and we crashed lap after lap after lap. So he's definitely got a skill to just pick things up very quickly.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Right now we're watching John Clerk, his outlap.
I think Clerk is going to be at Summit Point next month.
Excellent.
And in fact, most of these guys are.
Yeah, I would imagine most of the guys are itching to get out after the missed races last year.
There's actually quite a field that's going to be there. There's about 46 Formula Fords.
Wow.
The rest of the classes are very well populated, so I'm looking forward to it. So.
At 46 cars, is that typically the biggest class when you guys have your events?
I mean, that's about the biggest that VRG sees. I mean, we see typically 20 to 30 cars, but 46 cars at a 2.5 mile track. I mean, it's going to be very busy.
Yeah.
So people are going to have to watch their mirrors, and it's going to be a good time.
Is that normal for you to be in a field that thick, or?
No, never,
Okay.
never.
It'll be just like iRacing. You don't want to qualify in the middle. You want to qualify up front or be in the back where you can.
Exactly. Pointy edge of the stick or very much in the back. Watch the first turn calamities and then pick your way through the field.
Yep.
Well, Stefan's going to be there with his Macon, which will be really fun. My father and I are going to be there with our Macons, so that should be a good time. And there's a lot of really quick guys who are going to be in the Formula Ford field.
Okay.
I know that Karamanos is going to be there. Christian Bergen's going to be there with his M3. That'll be pretty fun. John Wood is going to represent his 2002. So it should be a really good time. And you're going to take your driver's school. So
I am.
Yep.
I am looking forward to that. Like I said, a little nervous. Don't know what to expect, but everybody said it's going to be great. How could it not?
I've never done the driver's school with VRG, but I got my license through the Skippy Barber classes. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
What was that, Lime Rock or down in Florida?
I did it at Pit Race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how would you compare your experience in the Skip Barber car to the one that we drive in the sim?
I'll tell you this. When I took my license, it was something that I was so foreign to racing that I was more terrified of the fact that I was just going faster than, and I felt lower than my street car. I never had a chance to go, oh, this feels like the Skippy car in sim racing. I was just holding on for dear life. So I couldn't even compare my experience.
Yep.
Who else is out there? I was going to say, can you jump around to somebody else?
We have everybody. I'm going to jump to Kurt.
How's Kurt?
I'm going to try to avoid the front runners because we focused on them a lot last week, and if they put on a race, we might jump back with them. So,
hey, we gotta broadcast what's exciting.
Yeah.
So.
Got Kurt Uzbey and his Martini liveried Audi.
Seems like he's putting in a pretty proper lap. I mean, he looks pretty tidy. So.
Yeah. So what I noticed watching Stefan was like I don't want to say he didn't push the car, but he never put the car over its limits. That's for sure. You know, the tires were never screaming, whether it was under braking, during turning, or under acceleration, which is very easy to do. Oh! You cursed him. There it goes.
And what was so fun is to hear your lap instructions where you say that because it's a 4-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
The drive tires, if you put them in on the grass, the tires that are on the asphalt will push the car off the track. So that was pretty good save by Kurt.
Sure was. That's, I don't know. It's so shocking to me. Like, my thoughts is it's 4-wheel drive. I should be able to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's worse.
Because you've driven it in snow, and you're like, I can get through this. Did you see the Bring a Trailer that Kurt is selling his BMW M10 engine in favor of his Cosworth engine? So.
Yeah, I did. I think we talked about that a few weeks ago when he said he was going to do that. If I understand the new engine, the Cosworth engine's the more fitting engine for that body he runs.
It is indeed, yeah. and it has more horsepower. So it's about what.
Well, that's what you need to do.
It's like 280, I think.
I forget exactly what the number was, but that sounds like double from what I remember reading.
It is indeed. I think his last engine was like 175 or so, and he's like almost pushing 3 with like 300 foot-pounds of torque. So it's going to be a really fun change for him.
Yeah. So we have 11 drivers have set time so far. I think Kurt Uzbey is the only one who didn't, and we saw he had an off track on his last lap. So
yeah, that is the magic of qualifying, right? It's how do you balance the I'm going to push
yeah.
with I'm going to put a time in so that I actually have a starting position.
It really depends on knowing yourself. So if you're a pretty consistent driver, like we always say, like John Wood, super consistent. Like he could probably push really hard for 3 laps and not screw one of them up. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah.
He'd push it for his ability, and he could probably set 3 good times. Where some guys, their regular pushing is kind of going to have an off track here or there. So they would probably be better served, kind of just getting around the track the first lap and having a time up there, and then pushing on the final 2.
You bet. I think that's the strategy. So. I know that's my strategy. I find myself off track a little bit too much, so I need to put in like one consistent lap and then get after a bit and get lucky. So
now I don't have tons of laps in this car, but I would figure just being it's so powerful, lap 1 and 2 are probably your best bet. Just getting the most out of the tires. There's probably a bit more life in them, so you really do have to get it done early. Where I feel like. If you push really hard for 3 laps, the car is going to fall off on that 3rd lap.
Interesting.
We talked a lot about it during the Skippy races. Was that car just kept getting faster? So it's a much different situation.
Yep, indeed. This track features so many elevation changes. I can't imagine actually piloting this car on this track in real life. I mean, what an adventure. It's almost like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing most people, first of all, it drives like a street car where it's got like a clutch. It's not sequential, so, the 700 horsepower, I think it's going to feel kind of violent down the straightaway, right? Just on and off and on and off, and I think it probably also doesn't slow down. You know what I mean? Like, most cars, I think once you start getting 80, 100, the aero just starts pushing them back, where I think this car's just going to keep on going.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Who do we have left here to qualify?
That's it. We've got everybody's put a time in.
Is that Mac?
That we were watching Mac right now. Who?
Yeah. Oh no.
He's got his grass. What I can't see is how many laps each driver has put in.
I know. We had that problem last week.
Yeah.
Wow, Mac collected that nicely.
But I notice we have Stefan on top with Darren right behind, only 2/10, and Stefan set a really fast time. So Darren definitely picked it up quickly. Just as in practice, we have Ian Wisman in 3rd, 6/10 off. So he's probably at a mid 22. Yeah, 22.5. So that's a nice lap from him. Let's see, we still have a lot of cars out on the track. Jim Karamanis, who spent quite a bit of time in the booth with me before. We have about 4 minutes left before the race, so I gotta imagine everybody's probably done with their timed lap. At this point, they're just getting in a few practice laps.
So only a 12-car field. That's pretty small.
Yeah. I'll have to send out a couple messages and see where everybody is and see what we can do to get them back next week.
Yeah. Do you think it's the difficulty of this car to drive, or do you think it's the timing and what's live races, or what do you think it is?
I mean, it'd be great if it was live races, right? As much as as much fun as it is to have everybody here, if they're out racing in the real world, I think that's the right place for everybody to be.
Yeah.
Looking at my timing sheet here, and surprisingly, the car goes 170 miles an hour on this track. I think Darren hit 171. I'm assuming on that second straight. Everybody else is mid, 160s. It's I think of it as a smaller track, but that one straightaway is plenty long, and it's downhill, which helps. Wonder if I can get that data up. Speed. Let's see.
Max off the track for a minute. Got himself collected, back on.
Yeah, I saw he was dragging a little bit of dirt back on the track, and
Yeah,
places that have frequent offs, you'll notice a dirty spot will collect on the track.
Got John Wood in the pits. I guess everybody's getting ready for the start.
Yeah, I think probably the best thing.
Kelly had a wreck.
Jump in the bathroom or jump in. Get yourself a drink.
Yeah, looks like Michael Kelly had a pretty good off.
Let's see. See if I can get a replay of it. Am I in the right place? Oh, he's going fast. He's done.
Yep, he's done. Yep.
You gotta be careful going backwards on the track.
You're not kidding. Which is interesting. Did you see the F1 race this weekend where Hamilton went off and backed his way onto the track to restart? It was interesting that there was no penalty on that race. So,
it's they have the live stewards, and I feel like it's often so inconsistent. Like what they do and don't do. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a fan of just letting the racers race. And,
agreed. 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, what was it? Maybe 2 years ago at Montreal, where Vettel blocked or whatever happened there, and then I feel like the next week, Leclerc and Max Verstappen had a very similar situation, and they ruled it, opposite. So.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I think you're right. I think the racers should race. We should give them the opportunity to do what they need to do, and I think that'll make for a more interesting event. So.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if it gets out of hand, we need to step in, but let's see if that happens first.
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. So, I guess we're getting close to gridding, huh?
So in about 30 seconds, yes, we'll start gridding. Like I said, we got 12 cars, and I think we'll have a good race. It looks like we got, Stefan Vappa, Darren Treacle, Ian Wisbin, fairly close in time there at the front, and then we have a mid-pack, which usually develops, which I think will be close. I see a bunch of, a 10th here and there separating a few cars. I mean, 7th to 10th are separated by, looks like, about 4 tenths.
Yeah, it looks like Stefan and Darren are quite close. Ian is about just shy of a second behind Stefan, so it should be good. A good start.
Where are we here? All right, we're gonna have a short pace lap. Let's do the grid while we're here. So on pole we have Stefan Vappa with a 121.6, and outside we have Darren Treacle, about 3 tenths off of him. Row 2, we have Ian Wisbin and Dave Curtis. Row 3, Michael Kelly, Jim Karamanis. Row 4, Ralph Padgington and Mac McCormick. Starting 9th, we have Bob Lang. Starting 10th, John Wood. Then we have John Clerk and Kurt Uzbey bringing up the rear.
Seems like John is not enjoying the tin top this season.
Yeah, when we drove the USF cars, he seemed to be very solidly in a battle for the front, often,
Oh, yeah.
and just not getting the hang of this car.
I think that was like well in his wheelhouse, and this season he's just a little off his pace. So
Let's see.
I see a lot of chat between the drivers. So let's see what happens here on turn 1. And
Yeah,
it's going to be a pretty lively one, right?
So I'm just looking here. The track's 112 degrees, which is on the hotter side. And what Stefan noted during the race was that many guys are going to get the green in the carousel. So
Yeah, you're right.
it was a very slow point with a lot of wheel, cold tires. So you got to be mindful to not just put it to the floor, because the car's not going to turn. It's going to do something.
This is a track where if you have a spotter, it'll help you immensely, because there are those turns that you're just not privy
and we're
to.
green.
If you're oh my gosh, okay. Wow, that really happened.
Although it looked like Stefan was ready for it, because he was driving hard on the pace lap, and
think so.
Fortunately, it strung the field out and gave everybody opportunity to get through those last few corners.
That might have been the shortest start on this track I've ever seen.
Michael Kelly took out a couple cones. Yeah, so that's an awkward feature of iRacing, is you either get the full pace lap, which at some tracks can be really, really long, or you do the short one, which is, just a little bit too short, I feel.
Sure. But I mean, if you do the short pace lap at Watkins, it's very different from the pace lap we just saw, which was like, it's one turn. Oh, Michael Kelly's way offline.
Yeah, let's jump back and see that.
I mean, Stefan's had a great start, but he's not getting away really. I think things look pretty good for Stefan and Darren. So
yeah, he just got in a little bit hot and a little too much wheel, it looked like. He's probably going to end up with a slowdown there.
I mean, Darren's got great pace to this first lap, so.
Yeah, and the first lap is the toughest, so hopefully we have a good race shaping up. Ian Wisman's hanging on as well.
He sure is. I feel like he's losing a little bit of ground, but he's still in that hunt for the first 3.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
Stefan's a little wide. Look at that. Look at Darren catch up.
Yeah, typically if you're in that third spot like Ian is, and maybe you don't quite have the pace, you're just hoping Darren can get alongside Stefan and they'll slow each other down going side by side.
Yeah, that hunt for a position always seems to favor the person in front or the person in back. So, a little bit of a mistake by Darren.
Yeah, I forget who I was talking to, but I think last week we were going over some VRS data, and I said, you can't always just jump behind Stefan and follow him and brake where he brakes. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
You'd like to think so, because, if he can brake there, I can brake there. Oh, Darren goes wide. Yeah. But, there's definitely some technique involved. The way he applies the pedal, whether he hits it abruptly or kind of eases into it. But, he's definitely got the technique right, for this car.
And let's not forget, I mean, Stefan puts the time in. I mean, we all talk about preparation as being the key to success, and Stefan's one of those guys that he spends days after days after days practicing, and you got to give him credit. He gets it right. So.
Yeah, no, he definitely done great. I think that sweet trophy that you commissioned from him, it's got his name on it. What, 4 times in a row, maybe?
Yeah, this might be the 5th. Oh no, Darren just had a lockup.
Let's see, I'm going to jump back. I think we got some cars close together here.
I'm going to pick up some of the other field as well.
Yeah, if you see something good, let me know. We'll jump to it.
Yep. It looks like Dave Curtis is having a good chase right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that quick start really helped us get everybody strung out and everybody was lined up. And I mean, all in all, we're having a pretty clean race.
We are indeed. It looks like Dave and Mac are having a good race. Dave is pushing.
Crap, hang on, I made a mistake and didn't get us live.
Oh, Dave Curtis has got that Looney Tunes livery that looks amazing. I mean, that's the livery of the day right there for me.
Yep.
So, and Mac made a little bit of a mistake, and Dave was able to close. So,
Mac's off track.
Oh, great move by Dave. So,
Ian Wisman's fallen back to 4th.
let's check in with John Wood.
Let's see. John Wood. Let's see. I see John
He's
Wood
a little
entered
bit
the
by
pits.
himself. What happened to John?
He went in the pits for something. Here he went off track. Let's see if we can see what happened.
12th position right now, so he's a little bit by himself. So
that real tough corner that goes over the hill.
Yep.
Oh, he just kept on rotating. Oh yeah. And that's why he's by himself.
Yeah, that's a bummer. And it looks like Steffen's really pulling away right now.
Yeah, it looks like a few second gap. I jumped to Ralph Pagington. It looks like he's got a car about a second in front of him, a second behind him as well.
Yep.
Steffen's run 1:21.5, which I believe is faster than his qualifying lap, which is explaining why everybody's having a hard time keeping up with him today.
Yep. All right, so it looks like the position for maybe 5th looks like a pretty proper race right now.
Right now we have Mac in 5th.
Oh, Dave Curtis is into the wall.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's grab a replay.
I'm with Bob Lang. Oh no, Bob Lang touches. Oh!
Oh, we're switching right. Let's go.
Bob touched. What?
Bob Lang, hang on. We're jumping there.
There you go. Give me Bob Lang because he's coming into turn 1.
Oh, live. Okay, we'll go live.
There you go. Yeah, they connected. They're coming through turn 1. Very spirited race.
Oh boy.
Oh, Bob.
That's
Bob
Kurt
yelling.
Uzbey taking out some cones.
Yeah, Bob's yelling at Ralph. Oh.
He's inside. He closes the
There's
door.
the carousel. Bob and Ralph are having at it. Why don't we? Ralph just took out some cones as well. Why don't we stay with this for a minute?
So right now we have Mac McCormick and Kurt Uzbey, our biggest movers. They moved up 4 spots already.
Nice. Oh,
he went a little wide.
Oh no, he did.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bob Lang has pace or if Ralph's just overdriving a bit with Bob filling up his mirrors.
That could be both. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So, I feel like Bob is really pushing. So.
Yeah.
And it seems like Ralph's a little early on the brakes, and Bob's a little late on the brakes.
Oh, they get together.
Oh no!
Dave Curtis gets by.
Curtis squirts through. Wow, amazing. And Bob's now on the hunt of David Curtis.
Let's see, we have and Mac
John
McCormick's
Clark was off.
Mac McCormick's up to 3rd. This is our closest battle right now. Bob Lang, Kurt Uzbey
Bob
on the
Lang is on the
outside.
inside of Uzbey. Yeah, there you go.
Kurt Uzbey's going to get a good run off this corner, I imagine.
I think so. Yep. He's on the wrong side of this corner, though.
I'm not sure what side he's going yet. Oh, there he goes.
I don't think Kurt knows either.
He's coming in hot.
Oh no!
Oh, he's still on his track.
Bob Lang takes the inside under.
Yeah, great racing, guys.
Uzbey's giving pace though, which is really nice.
Yeah, he's doing well tonight.
Yeah, he is. He looks great. He's in the 8th position. He's pressuring. It's pretty awesome to see. I think that's the new Cosworth engine he's got in that car.
Well, he doubled his horsepower. How could he not be doing better?
Exactly. Not to mention he has all that new improved aero from the sale of that that M10 engine on Bring It Trailer.
Did the engine sell yet?
It hasn't sold yet.
Okay.
No, it's probably on like the second day. So,
Okay.
well, good line by Uzbek. He's going to get the drive out of that.
We'll go jump around. Right now we have Ian Wisbin got the back of Jim Karamanis.
Oh no, Michael Kelly's off. Oh wow, he's way off.
Let's see.
He
Michael Kelly, oh
collected-
boy.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hold it together. Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Let's see. Looks to be carrying a low. He just got a little bit sideways into turn 1. In the kitty litter.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like John Wood is setting up for the inversion of the start finish. He's gonna go in 10th and then finish first.
Let's see. Bob Lang and Kurt Uzbek are still going at it. It's our closest battle. I'm not sure if he made a mistake, but it looks like Darren's kind of got closer to Stefan. He's only about 2.5 seconds back now. I want to say it was more a bit ago.
Yep. Looks like Stefan's coming up to lap traffic right now.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll see if the lap traffic holds Stefan up a bit. And what that does for the, Oh.
What's going on?
And it looks like Ralph got it out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Stefan just running away with it. So.
Let's see. We got a couple close ones here. Let's jump to Kurt Uzbek. Still with Bob Lang.
Darren's getting by Ralph nicely. Handily, in fact. Looks like Karamanis is on the charge here in 4th. He got by
Dave Curtis.
Clark, it looks like. Oh, Curtis. That's right. Curtis, yep.
Let's jump in Dave Curtis's car and see what's going on. He's sure closed up under braking.
You're not kidding.
I think he's going to have a better exit as well.
Yep. This is probably the race to stay with right now. Oh no, car off.
Okay, let's see. Ian Wisbin behind them, is that where you're...
Yep.
Well,
Dave Curtis is behind Karamanis.
Replay of Ian Wisbin. Oh, yeah, I'd say he did that a few laps ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's getting a little bit nervous with the car in front of him, the closing up, but...
Karamanis and Curtis are in a really good race for 4th and 5th, it looks like. I would stay with them if I would. What were you?
Yep. We are on lap 10 of 12. Oh, he's close.
Wow.
Yeah, he's taking a wider line, and Jim's going a little bit defensive, it looks like.
It looks that way, yep. And Jim is able to get on the throttle a little bit earlier. See Jim pull away, so I think Jim's line is the better line.
I think Dave Curtis has a little bit more pace. His fast lap is about a second faster than Jim's, but I think he's just so close. He can't really make it work.
Yep. I think Curtis is a little bit later on the brakes. He's got get a little bit more confidence. It looks like the Caramanis at this point. He looks smoother through that turn, so. Feels like it's only a matter of time, you know?
Well, he's running out of time, that's for sure.
So how much time do we have? How many more laps do we have?
So we're Stefan, with these guys anyway, they're starting lap 11 of 12. So okay. 2 more to go.
Right. Curtis is all over him.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he can.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, no.
Jim went wide, missed the corner. Close the door on him.
Curtis is making work for it. Oh my goodness. Well, we got one more lap at least.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like he went a little bit wide there. He's going to take the inside line. Pick up the direct down the long straight.
Man, he's right there.
Oh,
he's going. Late braking move.
Oh, yeah. What a great move. Wow.
Oh, he misses it.
Oh, no!
Let's.
He cooked it.
I'm going to jump back and show a replay. Then we're going to go to the lead for the final lap. I think that's probably our closest battle. He's got the inside. Oh, he's outbraked himself.
Yes, he did.
Did a good job, not making it worse.
Oh. That was the red mist right there.
Yeah, I think he was a bit frustrated all those laps he was following.
You're not kidding.
So here's
good on you.
Let's say here's Stefan out front. He's probably, I'm going to say a fairly uneventful race.
Yeah, 100%.
Darren's been like right there. I mean, 2.5 seconds it seems like for most of the race. Just and their best laps are only a few tenths apart.
Curtis is coming back right now, though. He is working very hard.
Let's jump to it then.
He is like cold trickle right now. He's going to hit the pace car. We're not done with this race yet.
All right, you know what? I think let's just go watch our leaders cross the finish line and we'll come back. So right. Stefan's coming out of the final corner, checkered flag. Darren Treacle's going to be getting second. And let's go back to the battle for fourth.
Get back to Curtis and Karamanis. Because Karamanis is holding them off, and it's coming down to the final 3 turns. So.
Oh, he's getting close.
Oh, yeah. He's right on his ass. I mean, his butt. Sorry, it's supposed to be PG. I apologize.
The kids are all in bed. Don't worry about it. We're good. Now, let's see. Unless Jim makes a major mistake, I'm not sure Dave's going to be able to get by.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Go on the inside. Oh,
he's got him. He's got him. Oh, my God. Oh, that was amazing.
What a great finish. Oh, my God. I'm so glad you got back to that broadcast.
Yeah, that was great.
What a finish by Curtis. Come on now. I think that's driver of the night, right?
Yeah, well, so far. Hopefully we get something a little better. Let's see race results. Do I get race results?
What a push. Wow, that was a great finish.
You know, I think because that was a heat race, I don't get a race result board. But you know what? Well, we can extrapolate by the backwards grid. So the top 10 are going to be inverted. Michael Kelly going to be on the pole for this one, and John Clerk on the outside pole. Hope those guys were paying attention to the last start where we had a bunch of it seemed to me anyway that the green flag came out, the pace car went in, they were between the last corner and the second to last corner, and the green flag came out. So, as a driver, it's something I'd want to definitely be aware of. So, Michael Kelly, John Clerk are to bring us to the green. Second row, we have Kurt Uzbey and Bob Lang. Third row, we have Ian Wisbin, Jim Karamanis. Starting 7th and 8th, we have Dave Curtis and Mac McCormick. Our race winner and number 2, Darren Treacle and Stefan Vappa are going to be at the back of our inverse start. And then we have the last row, Ralph Padgett and John Wood. Oh, race is green. Oh, everybody's ready for it this time. Side by side and some contact. Oh boy. I see a green car and one of the red cars, so I don't know if that was, I want to say Karamatis and Ian Wisbin, but I'm not sure. We have 2 red cars and we have 2 green cars. I could have the wrong ones. We'll let these guys go a bit, and then we'll jump back and see what happened there on the front stretch.
Yeah, we should look at that again.
Darren Treacle has made up 4 spots already. I'm starting from the 5th row, and Stefan Bapp has gotten by a few cars already as well, as they're in 6th and 7th already. You know what? It's probably going to be exciting to watch these guys navigate the field. What do you think? You want a camera or do you want an in-car?
Let's do in-car.
Okay. So we're sitting in Darren Treacle's car. He's in 6th place. He was 2nd place in the last race. We'll see as he could pick his way through these cars. He sets up for a big run down the front stretch. Oh, Dave Curtis goes a little defensive there, looks like.
Oh yeah.
Darren's not going to be denied.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Vapa goes through. What a good pass by Vapa.
And then get Bob Lang. I think Bob Lang may have gotten a slowdown. He was on the wrong side of that curb at one point.
Yep.
And now Darren Treacle sets his sight on Kurt Uzbay. Nope. Kurt Uzbay takes the inside.
Vapa's heading outside. Very good patience by Stefan.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't win all his championships by being crazy.
Impulsive. No, without a doubt. He's just letting Uzbay do his thing. He's setting him up. Oh, look at that. There we go. Stefan's on it. Nice to see Curtis just kind of holding back, watching, waiting, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so just like that, I mean, it's so quickly they got through the field. And fairly uneventful. I mean, they didn't make any contact or just very efficient.
Yeah. He's one on the inside of Uzbay.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Going a long way around. Curtis is following. Wow. A great line. Oh, look at Uzbay throw his nose in. Oh! Touches.
Oh, they're side by side. Let's jump back to that.
That was Curtis's line. Uzbay needed to let him go.
Let's see where the braking. Oh, Uzbay's going up the inside.
Oh my God!
Oh, there's contact.
Oh my God! He freaking dive bombed him.
Yeah, honestly, it looked like he did a good job. I mean, he held his line, and I think it looked to me like Curtis drove into the side of him, not the other way around. You know, let me see if I can jump back real quick and see if I can get that start issue.
And Uzbay's making it stick. Come on, Uzbay, do it.
All right, let's just watch the start real quick. I believe our booth buddies, Ian and Jim, got together and only collected each other.
I'm telling you right now, the Dave Curtis, Kurt Uzbay run right now.
We're going back. We're going back.
It's amazing. It's an amazing race right now. Don't cut away.
So right now they're battling for 4th.
You can't throw your car into that corner and then have the announcers cut away. That was too good of a run. And Curtis is gonna make him pay.
Here he goes.
Look at this. Kurt's going to try and cut him off.
As I said, it looks like the same move, just reverse.
Yep.
Now, Dave's, and he blocks him anyway!
Oh, my God!
And he throws the block, and Dave's gonna go up the inside! He spins him!
Oh, my God!
And we don't have live stewards, so that's, he's gonna get away with that.
He's going to get away with it, yep.
And now he's running down Jim Clerk, it looks like.
And John Wood is lurking. He's lurking. John Wood is lurking behind all this, watching this all unfold, waiting for his moment with his bat wing. All right, let's go to John Wood's perspective.
Sure. Darren Treacle has taken the lead. Michael Kelly's between him and Stephen Vappa.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Wood is in an absolutely wonderful spot.
Yep. I think he set himself up well for a good exit here.
He did indeed.
And those guys are going to go side by side again.
They are indeed. And I think they're going to slow themselves down.
Oh, whoa! And John takes them both! Wow.
Oh, wow! That was amazing! Come on! You have to stay with Wood. That was so amazing!
I do, sooner or later we have to go back and watch a replay of that.
I know. That's going to be in the Discord tonight. That was the best move of the night. I mean, John is putting Curtis under so much pressure. What a great move. This may be the best race I've seen in VRL in these cars yet.
So last week we had a great race, 2 great races with Stefan and Darren fighting out front. And as you said, you predicted before the race, our midfield is just so strong. There's just a lot of excitement there.
Looks like John is losing a little bit of...
Yeah, what I think happened was John Wood, you know, he's not an overly aggressive driver. I think he braked at his normal point, but those two guys being side by side were very cautious going into that corner, which allowed John to go up the middle.
Can we give John a little bit more bravado than that? Let's say that John just chucked it in deep.
All right, he went for it.
Yeah,
he went
that's
full Max Verstappen.
Exactly, that's what I believe. That was amazing.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it.
He's still in the hunt for Curtis. He's getting the car a little bit sideways, but it looks like he's catching.
Yeah, I mean, his best lap is a bit faster than Dave Curtis's, so I wouldn't be surprised if he picks it up, although Dave Curtis has been in a battle for much of the race.
And who is Curtis catching?
Michael Kelly.
There you go.
I think there's a bit of a gap between the two of them. Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Bob Lang. They're catching Bob Lang.
Yeah, but I think Bob Lang's a lap down.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Here, let's jump back to that replay and see if I can find it. I think I've got it. Oh yeah, this is it. Oh, he's so far away. He's like 100 yards back.
I know.
Let's just jump back live, and we're actually going to have a battle up at the front here. Darren Treacle's in the lead. He's got a second and a half over Stefan Vappa. Stefan Vappa recently got by Michael Kelly.
Dave Curtis is making a move on Bob Lang. Great pass, great pass.
Every time I jump away, there's something going on somewhere else. So we kind of thought that maybe the track, the combo of the track and the car kept people away, but it's definitely working.
All right, so Stefan Vapa is in position number 2. He's getting close to position number 1. Let's go back to the leaders.
Nope, we're at the leaders.
All right, good. Because Darren is holding off Stefan, but he's charging.
Yeah. Yeah, so Stefan Vapa pulled off an amazing 121.1 the last lap, and Darren's no slouch, 121.5, which, you know, that's qualifying pace. So they're both really going for it.
But Stefan's going to have to earn it because
Yeah.
Darren's a little bit ahead. He's really playing defensively.
He does have some time. We're on lap 8 of 12.
Yep. I feel like at this point we need to stay with the leaders. I'll cut back to Wood and those guys while you stay with the
All right,
leaders.
yeah,
and
let me know.
see
We'll
what's
jump
happening.
over. Here we're watching Darren Treacle, Stefan Vapa battle it out for the lead of race 2 at Mid-Ohio.
John Wood is getting past traffic.
Stefan Vapa is within a half second of Darren Treacle now.
Yeah. Yeah, let's stay with Stefan because that's the race that really matters at this point.
He takes the wide line and the late exit in the keyhole. Don't think he's going to be close enough this one. Oh, he's close now. He's drafted him up. Darren goes defensive.
Not yet, though. Not yet.
They're navigating the Esses.
That's a good run out of that turn by Treacle.
Yeah, I mean, typically Darren's not one to make a lot of mistakes, but
No.
I have to
No.
imagine,
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
his unfamiliarity with the car, you know what I mean, could
Yep,
lead to
yeah.
something.
It's pretty impressive to see his run with that pressure from someone like Stefan.
Well, that, you know, and you know Stefan's gonna not hit all his marks, you know. So
That's
if you miss it just by a little bit, he's going.
Yeah, Stefan's going to make you pay.
Darren's taking it nice and tight.
I was going to say, that's that late line that you were talking about earlier
Yeah.
with Stefan.
I mean, like at this point, like Stefan's probably what, like 30 yards back, and
Yeah.
you know he's just got a head of steam when he takes that late apex. Not
He's
go,
got just-
can't get there right now.
But it's such a great drive out of that turn.
Yep.
He's trying a little bit of that over-under sort of approach.
I mean, much like last week, though, they've got such a pace advantage on everyone else. I mean, both of their last laps were into the 121s. I think the next fastest cars are in the 123s.
Darren's doing a hell of a job holding him off, though.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Oh, Stefan gets a little wide.
Darren pulls a little bit of a gap.
Yeah, I feel like Stefan made just a little bit of a mistake there. And they're both wide.
Yeah.
Based on your tutorial, that's not the place they wanted to be, right?
Yeah, I like to put a tire on the curb. You know, this way you're close to the apex and you get a good. You can get the throttle down earlier. I feel when you're that tight. You know, they're both probably pushing the car a little bit, and the front tires are heating up. They're probably losing some grip, and the cars are starting to understeer. And you know, it's hard when you're this close. It's hard to back down.
Yeah, yeah. If Stefan had DRS, I think he'd have a shot.
Well, so we're on the second to last lap, and he hasn't really had any great opportunities. Darren hasn't left the door open, and Darren's last lap was blistering fast at a 121.2. So that's part of the reason that he built the gap. He just, you know, it's one of the fastest laps of the race.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing such a defensive game. I mean, He's making that car really wide. I don't think he's going to give Stefan a shot. He's playing such a defensive drive. I mean,
but he's not sacrificing much speed to do it.
no, he's not. No, not at all. No.
So
Look at that. I mean,
white flag.
he kind of pulls away. I mean, I think Darren's running a great race.
Yeah.
Stefan's definitely going to have to earn it. He's going to have to do something heroic. And I'm not sure that Stefan has the line to do something heroic just yet. We'll see right now, though, because this is the spot, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is really going to be his only spot. And,
no.
Oh, he's close. That's about as close as he's been.
Yeah, but he slid the car a little bit, and it looks like Darren's on the throttle a little bit early. So
you can see the intervals coming down.
Yep.
Darren's going to block.
I think he is. Darren's going to own that inside line. Wow.
Yeah. Stefan doesn't risk it being on the outside, and if you see, Darren didn't leave him any room. So
you talked about that in your tutorial.
Yeah.
Stay on the inside line. I think Stefan should have listened to you.
You know, it's just so tough. He really didn't have a choice. You know, Darren picked his spot, and Stefan had to go to the only other one that was.
Wow. What a great defensive drive.
Yeah, I think we saw Darren lock up the tires here and there in race one, but he definitely learned and picked up the pace. I mean, like I said, he set some smoking laps here under great pressure.
What a great race. Oh, Stefan getting a little squiggly.
Congratulations, Darren Treacle, race winner of race 2.
Nicely done, Darren. Nicely done.
Stefan Vappa with a second place. So he's
Good
got
job.
a first and a second on a night. Michael Kelly coming across in third.
Let's pick up John Wood and see what's happening there.
Oh, yeah, there's a bit of a gap between Dave Curtis, John Wood, and John Clerk right behind John Wood.
There's Karamanis coming across.
I think Jeremy Karamanis is a lap down.
We got John Clerk on John Wood trying to chase him down. Oh, nope, didn't make it.
No room there.
Bob Lang finishing. Oozbay's got a little bit of damage. He's coming through.
Kurt Oozbay's in 7th.
Yep.
He put on a great race today for us.
He really did.
And then just behind him for position, Ralph Padgington, 8th. Ian Wisbin.
Into the wall for Padgington. What a great race. Everybody did an awesome job.
Yeah, I think that's it. Got some smoke. That looks nice. The new iRacing smoke. They in the latest update they gave us an updated one where before they looked like little. I don't even know how to describe it. Cotton balls, you'd almost say.
Oh, John Wood into the wall in the celebration. and his livery still looks amazing.
Yeah, 5th place after that daring move we saw. That was impressive.
Can we replay the daring race? I mean, or pass rather? That
Let's
was.
see if I can find it.
So, are you going to be in the Discord?
Oh, after the race, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Please replay that because that was brilliant.
It really looked like something else from his on-car.
I know, right? That was amazing.
Let's see, do we get race results? Yes, we do. So,
That was gutsy.
So first and second for our first and second finishers. Darren Treacle has a second and a first. Stefan Vappa had a first and a second. Michael Kelly finished third. Dave Curtis in 4th. John Wood 5th. John Clerk 6th. Kurt Oozbay 7th. 8th place we have Ralph Padgington. 9th Ian Wisbin. 10th Jim Karamanis. You know, those two guys in the booth sure seem to find each other a lot. Started off getting together and they finished the race next to each other. 11th Bob Lang and 12th Mac McCormick. Let's take a little minute and see if we can grab anybody in here. Anybody in the lobby? Waiting for Darren, I think. He usually joins us.
Yep.
Let's see. Let me just grab who's there and we'll start.
Exactly.
Hey, Stefan, Steve, and Matt in the booth.
Hey.
You had a first and a second. First race looked like you had pretty well in hand. The second race, you were definitely trying to get around. Darren didn't leave you any room.
No, nor should he have. No, that was good fun. I should have been able to make that attempt a couple of laps earlier, but I wasn't really getting out of the hairpin the way I wanted to. So I finally did on the last lap, but I figured, well, this is it. So send it in and see if it'll stick. It was, I knew I was going to be able to hold on to it. I hit my normal braking point, but it was the exact same braking point that Darren was using, so that didn't get me anything. So, and like you say, it's, you can be on the inside in that corner, and you're stuck because you're on the outside for the next one, and you just got to crawl around that. And I probably could have gone a little faster around that, but I couldn't see the corner because Darren's car was in the way.
Yeah, we actually followed you and Darren through the field. You guys passed, I don't know, I want to say like 6 cars probably in 2 laps. It was pretty incredible to watch.
It was a lot of fun. That was a hoot. Everybody was really well behaved, but this track, you've got a couple of shots at a pass, and if you don't get it done there, you got to just wait. There's really not much opportunity.
All right, let's go to Darren Treacle, race 2 winner. Stefan definitely put the pressure on you, race 2. Why don't you tell us about it?
Steve, did that just blow your mind?
It was amazing.
Because that just happened.
We followed you we didn't actually follow the lead for the first race too much. You guys had a bit of a gap, and there was a lot of racing mid-pack. But the second race, it sure closed up, and you ran a fantastic race. I think you had the second fastest lap of the race. You guys both ran low to 121s. I don't know if you're aware of that. I think Stefan ran a 121.1 and Darren ran a 121.2, which was 2 seconds faster than anybody else went. And neither of you seemed to make a mistake at all in those last 5 laps that we covered.
Well, here's the deal, Steve.
Yep.
I'm the best there ever is. Plain and simple. I wake up in the morning and I live excellent.
Yeah. Excellence.
I went with the clean version and said live. But we all know what it really is.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, it was a really good race. I don't know if you heard, but we followed you guys through the field the first few laps, and you guys very cleanly and efficiently cut through there. It was something to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was. I didn't really have anything for Stefan, so my only option was in the second race, was to go for it and get out there and hope that somebody holds him off. And Mike Kelly did that for a little while, and then it was just really. I mean, I knew he was going to catch me. I mean, he was much quicker than I was, but catching someone and passing them is 2 different things. So, especially at this track. And I wasn't going to make it easy on him. So the car is pretty wide, and I tried to make it even wider. So
yeah, no, you did a great job, and good points. I think you and Stefan probably traded points on that last sequence.
Yeah, I mean he was fast. I was lap for lap he was just quicker. I got out. I got through a little bit quicker. He got held up, and then it was just a matter of him trying to find a good spot to pass, this is a very tough track to pass on, and it's not the easiest car to drive on this track either. So yeah, it was, and I was trying to make it as difficult on him as possible. Really, that's really what it comes down to.
Well, congratulations. We'll move to third place, Michael Kelly. You led a bit of the second race. Why don't you tell us about racing with Darren and Stefan?
Yeah, well, I can only claim that because I had a terrible first race, as Darren alluded to. This car is tough on this track. I mean, I was cussing it. I think Stefan probably heard me cuss a little bit in the Discord. Why wouldn't it rotate in turn 1? I just could never get it. And it felt like the harder you drove, the worse it handled. So second race, I started first and just tried to be gentle with it. I made a few mistakes, Darren and Stefan caught up to me, and I fought with them for a little while as best I could. And Stefan and I were just commenting on the shifting of this car, and I blew 2 shifts, and Stefan was gone. Not that he wouldn't have passed me anyway, but it was fun to hold on to the lead for a little while and work with him. And I actually dropped some time, so I enjoyed race 2 a lot better than race 1.
Well, congratulations. And last, I think we have Ian. Ian, I think your day probably didn't go the way you wanted it to. I think you were third fastest in practice, third fastest in qualifying, but your races didn't go that way.
No, unlike everybody else, for whatever reason, the car made sense to me at this track. I don't know if that's because I started going to Mid-Ohio when I was like 6, but it just kind of came together. And I had a couple of lockups at the bottom of Madness, or the Esses, whatever you want to call it, and I couldn't get the brakes to unstick, and that kind of put me off into the grass. And then second race, I unfortunately collected Mr. Karamanis at the start. I feel terrible for that, but I had a lot of fun. Wish I could have stuck with it though at race pace, but hey, it is what it is, and I had a good time. Thanks for having me.
I guess that's the important part.
Exactly.
So, Matthew, I think this was the most exciting race we watched. We already talked about that by far.
No question.
And
This was an amazing race.
I think it was awesome that we had battles from the front to the back.
Indeed. I love the mid-pack field race. I mean, the move by John Wood was just otherworldly. Please show that on the Discord. It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm leaving my race open so we can do a little review.
Yeah, the times and there's a whole bunch of times right in the 123s, 124s.
Yeah.
So everybody is pretty closely matched.
But honestly, like, we have a lot of races that are like that. It's just things happen, like where things fall away. And like today, we followed Kurt Uzbe for quite a bit, and him and I think it was Bob Lang. Like, they had just an epic battle in the middle of the race. It was awesome. We had a problem where it was just we couldn't cover all the cool stuff happening.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Stephanie, and I love the fact that the race pace is very similar, but the bravado, the bravery of some of the moves, that's, I think, what we're talking about is there were some moves in this race that were just epic, and they just made for really stimulating and exciting viewing. So
that's great, because this is like Darren was saying, this is a tough car to it's a tough car to drive, but it's an even tougher car to race because it moves around so much. It's got so much power. When you're racing, you get a little more abrupt sometimes with your inputs. And if you get too abrupt with your inputs, just like Ian was saying, you can lock up the brakes and there you go, you're sliding off. Or in this car, you can get on the gas so hard that all 4 wheels will turn to smoke.
Yeah.
So,
what I loved about tonight's race is it's probably one of the most epic that we've seen, and I feel like I'm going to probably stay in the if Steve will have me in the announcers booth, but this was like James Hunt, Niki Lauda, like energy. It was so fun to see Wood chuck it in the middle of 2 cars. Where you're just like, nope, that shouldn't happen. That was amazing.
Yeah,
so. I got to see that.
Yeah, it was great. So anyway, let's sign off. Matthew,
Discord.
Matt, thanks for joining me. Thanks for sponsoring the league, Office Service Co. All of your office needs. This is the Vintage Racer Group, and this is our virtual racer league. This is Steve Ficacci signing off. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Next week we will be at Mosport, which I kind of find a lot like Mid-Ohio. Maybe a little bit on steroids, but I expect more good racing. Everyone,
Thanks,